Hello, Imaginers. It's Kyla with Kyla Martin Coaching, helping you uncover and create the life you imagined. So today I want to talk to you about rules and the rules that we put in place for ourselves, the rules that we believe that aren't based on anything factual, and the rules that we create to live the life we imagined. So I was talking to a friend of mine who owns an amazing branding agency called Root and River. If you ever need an agency, check them out. And she was telling me about a tagline that a client had come out with that really impacted her and her team. And I wanted to share it with you today. And it is, all the rules are made up. I thought that was so impactful because so much of the rules in our society and the way that we govern our lives are simply made up. If you've ever heard that funny joke about someone was making a pot roast and the husband came up and said, what are you doing? Why are you cutting off the end? And the woman who was cooking said, I don't know, my mom always cut off the end. I don't really know why she did it. Maybe it helps keep in the moisture. I'm not really sure. So the next time she talked to her mom, she said, Mom, why did you used to cut off the end of the pot roast? And her mom said, because it wouldn't fit in the pan. So there's so many things that we do in our lives and we don't even know why. They're just simply things that have been in place for so long. Oftentimes we never question them. Sometimes they are habitual. And so on the road to your life imagined, I want to encourage you to think about the things in your life that you consider rules, you consider non-negotiables that really aren't. These could be belief systems that don't serve you. It could be misconceptions that aren't serving you. It could be something that you think that isn't even true. I recently listened to a lecture by the author Malcolm Gladwell, who is famous for several books you may have heard of, Blink, The Tipping Point, and he has a new book out called Talking to Strangers. And he talks in this book about the assumptions we make about strangers because we find some connection with them or we feel like a like-mindedness sometimes, and we give assumptions to the person that aren't based on anything accurate. And actually, we ignore our intuition. And so he talks a lot about really looking at the assumptions that you're making in your life and really questioning whether they're based on fact or reality or things that serve you. He also talks a lot about, there's a lot of anecdotes in there about rules that we have in place now and where they came from. And so many of them, again, just were completely arbitrary based on nothing. One of the examples he gives is how the LSAT time frame was formed. So apparently back at Yale Law School, they decided that they needed an entry exam and they needed to come up with a time limit to give that entry exam. And one of the professors said, how about an hour and a half? And another said, how about 5 hours? And eventually they landed on a couple hours. And that's literally where the time frame came from. And Malcolm jokes that this is completely arbitrary. I'm not sure it encourages what we want from attorneys. We generally hire attorneys to be thoughtful with their advice. And so again, on the road to your life imagined, I encourage you to think about what is something in your life that you've taken for granted, you've convinced yourself is true in fact, but it's not. And even worse, it's not serving you. So this week, think about something small you might do to change one of those so-called rules. And remember, all the rules are made up. As always, I'm here to help you in any way I can. Check out my website for free resources and a free consult with me. And as always, I'm cheering you on. Have a great week.